Well, we're down at the river. We went here after lunch, and it's moving real fast. Let me turn you sideways. Oh yeah. Hear it coming. I'm not going any further. It's kind of scooshy. There's Amber, a little Miss Courageous, down by the fast water. She's sure-footed though, like her father, so we'll just let her go. Can't believe how fast that water is moving. Unbelievable. That'd sweep you away in a heartbeat. You wouldn't even have time to react. That's all from snow melting. But you can see we're in a solidly wooded area around here. Big old tall pine trees. Yeah, not many people come down here that much. But here we are on an adventure today. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. Well, we're going to have a different kind of a day. I have an adventure update. I have haul. And we're going to have a stitch along. So we'll try to get through this. So the adventure update is that my daughter and I went to lunch yesterday, as you know. And of course I'm wearing flip-flops, which only made it everything, as you'll see, twice as bad. And she goes, well, we might go camping this weekend. And her husband had a friend, and they offered, for my daughter and her family to go camping there for the weekend, and it's on private property. Because, you're not going to be able to find a spot. It's Father's Day weekend and all this kind of stuff. So she goes, I just want to go check it out, to see the lay of the land, that kind of thing. So it was up there. You've heard me talk about Cottonwood. And it's on Cottonwood Pass. So we drove up there. And we couldn't get down into the area where they would be camping, because they had it blocked off, so that no other campers would come down in there. And it is private property. So we looked, and she looked, and everything looked great. Everything. She goes, well, let's just drive up the road just a little bit more so I could see, maybe where this property ends and, what else is back there. So we get out, and we can hear the water, I mean, plain as day. So she goes, oh, it's got to be just like 10 feet down this little hill. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm wearing flip-flops. She's got her tennis shoes on. She's all prepared, of course. I should know better. I should just take shoes in my person every time I go with her somewhere. So we go walking down this little ravine slowly. And we keep walking. And we kept walking. And we kept walking. It was like a 500-foot, incline-ish, thing. We had to crawl over trees and this and that, and we finally got to the river. So that's the pictures that you saw. So now we got to climb up that, and I'm in flip-flops. She's in front of me. I'm hanging onto her hands, and we're walking slowly up this hill because it's all nobody goes there. I can understand why. But there's a lot of pine needles and loose. There wasn't so much loose dirt. It was just pine needles, and they were kind of scooshy. Oh, yeah, it was great. I thought we were going to die in about. We get almost 10 feet before the top of the hill where we had to be. And I said, this isn't going to go really well when I get a walker. And she just started laughing. And I started laughing. And we couldn't hardly get up that ravine. Oh my God. We laughed and laughed and laughed so hard. Some days you just gotta laugh because, crying just doesn't handle it. Oh God. But we finally got out of that ravine. I was breathing heavy really bad for 10 minutes after we got out of there. Yeah. Unbelievable. So, and then we went home. Yeah, I went home and took a nap. I'm telling you, I was done. So, yeah, rule of thumb, wear your tennis shoes whenever you go with my daughter, because you never know where you're going to end up. I would have been happy for Newbies. So, I didn't, Newbies is the thrift store. So, we didn't get to go to the thrift store. So, today, Molly and I struck out, went to go check the mail. And, yeah, we went to Newbies, which is a thrift store. And I got a mega haul from the thrift store today. So, I found this little, it's like a squared top vase. It's probably 4 inches across here. And it's all handmade. But I just thought the glaze on it was just awesome. It looks like trees and mountains. And it's got a little chip. But I don't care. You can always turn it the other way. But yeah, I just thought it was gorgeous. And it doesn't say a date or anything on there that I can see. So yeah, I thought that was cool. We got that. I have to find a home for this stuff now. Then I found, I know some of this stuff is not really new. I'm going to turn on the light. But this is a purple goblet, and I have a red goblet. So, yeah, I don't know who made them, but I just thought it was gorgeous. And I thought I could put a little tea light in there. Yeah, and it'd be cool. Just awesome. And I could put it around. It's dustier than dust. But I just thought it was gorgeous. I don't have my red one here. I don't know where it's at. It's hiding out somewhere. Then I found, and of course I dropped this, but it didn't break because it's Pyrex. And when I was little, we used to have them, and I know that they were thinner than that, and so these are not old, to my way of thinking. I don't know. It doesn't have a date on it, but it says no range top, no broiler. And I'm sure you could probably pick them up somewhere, but I just love this style. And I got another trip, so now I have 2 more. So I'm working my way up. Then I found this cute little angel. It says made in Japan. And I just thought, she's not an angel. She's just a little girl holding a bird. They remind me, my mother had a whole bunch of bells and stuff. So my sister and I split those, but yeah, I just liked her. I thought she was cute. She didn't have any chips or anything on her. Don't know when it was made. And you could tell that it was a bell. And that's all long gone. But yeah, I just thought she was cute. Then I found this little duty thing. And it's made in Taiwan. But I think it's a sugar dispenser. So, I don't know. It just looked 1940-ish. I don't know that it is, and I don't know that it isn't. They probably sell them at Board and Barrel all the time. What can I say? Then I found this Swan. He is so beautiful. Just gorgeous. There's no markings. But it has like an iridescent type, I don't know that I can show that, like glaze on it. It's just gorgeous. He's got a big chip over here, but I could turn him the other way. And there is a bunch of, somebody shoved some of that, I don't know that you can see that. It's that foam stuff that they used to hold to stick flowers in it. So, yeah, I just thought it was cool. It needs to be washed and all that dug out of there, but I just thought he was beautiful. So that's all the glass that I found. Then I went over to the craft section. Oh my goodness. And I found this. I don't know what it is. It says knit ruffle scarf. And it's just like it's the weirdest stuff. I thought it was a shawl. But it's not. I don't know if you knit with that or you crochet with that. But you can make one of those ruffled scarves. But I thought my granddaughter would think that this is just absolutely the cat's meow. She'd just love it. And see, it gets real wide. So, I don't know if you could just use it like that. I've never seen anything like it. It's got sequins in it. So, yeah, I don't get out much, you know. I shop online, and I don't have a Hobby Lobby. So, we'll unravel that some other time. But I thought that was pretty cool. And there were so many people there. Let me put this down here so it won't roll all over. And I'm walking around, people, and I got stuck in the craft section. Believe me. Now, this was in its own little thing, and I think it's just a piece of oilcloth, actually. You know, my first thought was, I thought it was a pie. You know, it's heavy. It's canvas. I thought it was thing you roll out pies on. It may or may not be, but I mean, it's never been used. I mean, well, there is kind of remnants of, yep, there is. That's what this is a pie crust thing. So I can wash it, and we'll see what happens. So, 'cause my mother had one, but it was just, you know, like, what is that, 12 by 12, or maybe a little longer-ish. Yeah. So, that's what that reminded me of. And I don't know if all this stuff came from an estate sale or what, but you'll see. I'm going to put this back in here. But yeah, we had one of those growing up, and I really miss it because, you know, I make so many pies. Not. Then I got this bag of stuff. She had to try to consolidate it. That's how bad it was. I found some gold stuff that you crochet with, but I figured I might be able to use it for accents. They didn't have any other colors that went with that. And I found a book, one of my Preston and Child's. This is Gideon's Sword. Yep, so I was pretty happy about that. Then I found this piece. It was all separate. It looks like 18 count, if I'm not mistaken. Green, like Ada cloth. And it's a fairly, you know, it's like double that. So, let me see if I can bring it up here. It's about double in size. So I could either use it for backing, you know, some of the Christmas ornaments, or actually stitch on it. So, yeah, found that. And then they had this huge bag. It was this big bag, and it's all stitching cloth of some kind. So, let's see. This says bread cover, 14 count, easy, soft and easy, by MGJ Textiles. Somebody got it at Hobby Lobby. So it's real nice and soft. And it's frayed on the edges. But you could stitch something really nice on that and big, like a fruit basket or something. I think it'd be pretty. But, you know. And it's 14 count, so it should go fairly fast. I'll try not to take all these things out, but I had to see that. It said bread cover. So we're taking it at its word. And there's a piece of that. I don't, let's make this out. Wait. I don't know what this is. If you know what this is, let me know. It's huge, and I don't know. And there's counted cross stitch 16 count. Now these are all like off-white. Doesn't say, just says comb cotton, but it's more of an off-white creamed color. I've gotten some other ones. Let's pull it a little bit more out. And there's some pieces of, oh, it looks like 14 count Ada. Somebody started a duck. And here's another piece of 14 count. That one's actually white. The rest of them are kind of a cream color. That looks like 16 count. And maybe 14 count. And I don't know what this is. There's some bags that you could write, like for floss. They're real small. And they got the loop, not the loop, the hole right there. Trying to keep it. Some more little remnants. Now this looks like linen. And somebody made this pretty little thing here. But it's kind of, yeah, it'll be okay. I don't know what size it is. I can see the holes and it's really loose. It's a little bit stiff, but it's not bad. So that was the score. And there's another piece of linen. None of these say any sizes or anything on it. But this is more of a cotton linen-ish. You can see it's got lots of, I want to say nebs. Is that the word? No, that's not the word. Slubs. Slubs. A neb is on a pin. Wow. I don't know where that came from. Yeah. And let me just pull the rest of this out of this plastic bag. I'm going to put it all back in there. And we're about saving the stitches. Didn't see any stitched things. Here's one that somebody started. Looks like a cat. And that looks like it's, 18 count. And they use 2 strands of thread. But yeah, it's kind of pretty. Wish there had been a pattern in there, but there wasn't a pattern. And this looks like 18 count. There's another little doodad right here. Somebody stitched. Looked like an O. And here's some more of that tea towel type material. What did they start? Oh, isn't that pretty? Look. Score! One Christmas ornament done! Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. But I thought that was kind of pretty. Didn't even know all this stuff was in there. Then on a piece of those, linen, somebody made this one. Oh, there'll be 3 things in there. But this is all really tiny. So it must be 30 some count and up. I don't know. It's kind of that weird linen, like that big piece. Then we have a Mallard Duck. Isn't that pretty? Somebody finished that one. I see somebody's into finishing, but, you know, can't get it finished. And here's another duck. Isn't that beautiful? And it's so tiny. It looks like 18 count. This is kind of weird material. It's kind of got a sheen to it. I don't know. But it looks pretty much like 18 count. It's very tiny. And another piece of 18 count Ada. So that was a nice score. Okay, hang on. Oh, and we got a ruler to go. It's got inches. Made by Easy Manufacturing Company, Sullivan, Illinois. So, yeah, somebody liked to stitch. So we got some material that could be, what do you call it? Tea-dyed. Now let me get rid of that. And we'll just put all this back in here. Oh, we're not done yet. I'm telling you, I scored big time. Then I found this cute little basket. It's kind of ratty, but I don't know, probably one of those that were made in Japan with that raffia type stuff. But I got a plan for it, and it's got some material on the inside. Got a plant stand. Hang on, I'm going to have to move. Oh, and then I scored this big box. I don't know, it's in French. It's got the Eiffel Tower on it. It needs to be cleaned. Name something that doesn't. Let's see if there's anything. Let me put the lid on it and try to flip it upside down because there is a buttload of stuff inside of it. Some kind of biscuit assortment. Grand Gala Delacar, France. Whatever it was made in France. But I just thought it was a pretty big tin. Are you ready? So then I found, I should put everything here. We were trying to consolidate all this. I got this pretty little print. My mother used to have some of these pictures like this because she had a pen pal in England since right after World War II. And she was from Leeds. And this is Leeds Castle in Kent. Then I found another little girl. This actually says 1977 Joan Walsh, England. Copyright. Whoop, let me turn it this way. Now I'm going to bring you back down since I got done with the big stuff. I don't know. You can't hardly see it. No, you can't. But anyway, she was kind of cute. So we'll put her. And she is actually a bell. She has her little bell thing in there. Then I found a bunch of these. Now my mother used to have these. They weren't necessarily in black. They were usually silver. But I thought they were kind of old. So I thought I could put them in that thing in my basket. See? Like that. And I found a bunch of fasteners and all kinds of stuff. And of course I dropped the damn thing. They went flying. Oh yes, it was special. But I just thought it was interesting to look at all the different kinds of fasteners and stuff. Some might be old, some might not be. But yeah, I dropped this. This thing opened wide. Oh yeah, it was everywhere. Then I went crazy because they had all different kinds of buttons. So I thought I'd put the buttons and the fasteners all in there. But some are $1.10, but most of them are like 50 cents. The really older ones are like 5 and 10 cents. Yeah. I thought that was cool. So, yeah. We found a bunch of buttons, but I figured I could use them on projects and stuff. Or just put them all in a jar. I hate to lose all the papers. What do you call it? You know, all these things that they're on. So I thought I'd put them all in this basket. But there's all different kinds of buttons. We'll get to this in a second here. Is that all the loose ones? Then there were some that were loose and in bags. These are all the red buttons. Somebody had them all sorted out. And here's some more. Actually might be able to make needle minders, but thought I'd take all the loose ones and put them all in a jar. I have to find that jar first. If I could just get this out. Look at that plastic belt buckle. I don't know that that's what that is. I don't know. There's no way to attach anything. I don't know. If you know what this is, let me know. I have no clue. But this said 25 cents. Lady Washington. It's from Washington, Iowa. American Pearl Company. So you know that some of these are really old. But there's just... And all the buttons from your London fog coat. You know, little plastic things that they came in. There's one. But it doesn't say how much it is. But look at how they're sewn on. Isn't that cool? Just history. Just history. I don't know if somebody decided to stick them buttons to something, but they might come undone. I have no idea. But just all kinds of stuff. Just bits and bobs. I'm going to put her back in there so nothing happens to her. That's quite impressive. It's got like embossed around her dress and yeah, so just thought I'd stick them all in there. And these seem to be like coat buttons. They're kind of big. I'll take them out of there. It is if I can get them out. They've got like I don't know if those are deer or what, but yeah, a real lightweight tin. Doesn't have a thing on them, you know, as to how old they are. Then there's some smaller ones. And two great big ones. I can remember coats with buttons like that. So those had to be from the 60s or 70s. And then we got some bright yellow ones. These are kind of newer. Now there's one for 75. But I know dang well that they were like 20, 30 cents, you know, back then. Oh, this sucker needs to be cleaned. Oh, what did I do with my lid? I'm trying to save my picture here from falling. So, yeah. But I just thought this was kind of neat. You know, if you were going somewhere, you could put all your sewing supplies and maybe a small... It'll have to be cleaned out first. Trust me, it'll happen. You know, in it, and just stuff it in a bag and you'd have everything that you needed. And see? Well, we're not going to keep the bags, but we'll take all the button cards out and put them into this basket. I just thought it was cool. Okay, are you ready for a stitch along? Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back, and as promised yesterday, this is the one that we're going to start next. And I'm starting up in this corner, and we'll be working our way across the picture. So hopefully we can work on this. This is a 14 count, and it's not very big. It is, oh dear, where is my, oh, it's actually where it's supposed to be. Scary, but true. 14 count, I'll be using 2 strands. It is 15 1/4 across by, yeah, about 11 3/4. And it's 270 wide by 165. Put that back where it needs to go. Move this over here so we don't have any slickeries. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty big haul for the thrift store. Like I said, it's either all or nothing. You know, when I go there. So. It's kind of hard just sewing right here on this little edge. I didn't crinkle it today, so hopefully you can see. But it's kind of tiny little squares. Compared to working on an 11 count. Yesterday I worked on my Bristol sampler a bit. Somebody's out weed whacking. I don't know if you can hear that or not. At least it's quiet in here. I didn't turn on the air conditioner yet. It's almost noon, but it's kind of overcast and cloudy-ish. And it's supposed to maybe rain today, so maybe it won't get so terribly, terribly, terribly hot. And the color that I'm using, number 7, has a nice key along the bottom. It's 322. Nice big numbers, you know, so you can tell. It comes with this horrible picture that is very, very teeny, teeny, tiny. You just can't hardly see it. But there are the, I don't know, 7, they kind of kept the same, what do you call it, symbols that are on this, that are on this part. Also comes with cleaning instructions and how to stitch. So, yeah, I was just plumb tuckered out yesterday. That hill about did me in. And in the pictures you can see I didn't go all the way down to the water because it got to be more and more of a slant. I figured I'd fall in and drown. That water was fast. Now today, when I was out in town, I noticed that you know where I always take you down to the river. I didn't go down to the river, but I drive beside the river, you know, some parts of where I was at. And so the one in town that I took you to where the bridge is, it didn't seem as fast as that. That was just like torrent. So I don't know if I missed it down here, you know, or what. I showed you last year or early spring. Maybe that was last year. You know, how fast it was, but it wasn't like that when I was down there today. Not that river. So I don't know where this other goes. I'm assuming it would go into the rest of that, but it was sure running faster than fast. Now that might be Cottonwood Creek. I'm not sure. I'm not real up on all that things. I just go to places I know where to go, you know. This has a really nice thread. It's laying down really well. I just wish this needle had a bigger, better point on it to get in there. Because it is a little bit tight, but I am using 2 strands, so it should be good. Watched a little bit of YouTube yesterday. A little bit of Floss Tubers. I noticed the Elegant Thread. I don't know if you know her, and I can't think of her name right off the bat, but she stitches, but I don't know if she creates her own patterns or not. I can't begin to tell you. I can't remember that part of it. But she went to StitchCon, so there was actually, she got to show all the stuff there. It wasn't a very long video. I'm sure she wanted to get back to stitching and talking. Yeah, one of these days I might get to go to a StitchCon. If it wasn't so dang far away, and I'm not driving all the way to the other side of the United States. That's like close to 1,400 miles at the rate I'm at. So, and I don't think my daughter'd want to drive or go because, you know, she's not a stitcher per se. She knows how to stitch. I taught her. But she just, I don't know. You know, when you're young and you're raising kids and I don't know. I don't know how people do it. She's not one that can actually sit down and stitch and ignore the rest of it. No. So things have to be quiet and calm in her life to stitch. So I don't know. Each to his own. Of course, I was the crazy fool that my kids were in like 3rd and 4th grade and I was putting quilts together. So I don't know. Some people, you know, just don't feel the need, I guess. I don't know how. Feel the need to stitch or craft or create or do that. I don't understand people like that. But she's more one of those people that, okay, we're going to do this craft and we're going to complete something in one day. No, this is more, you know, I don't know. I don't get it. But she's always been different. You know, she wants her granddaughter to learn how to do things. Oh God, I gotta tell you a funny story. Speaking of stitching. So I told you my granddaughter was crocheting. And so she went to the grocery store with my daughter, and there's this lady that works there, and she looks like accessory Barbie. You know, she's always dressed to the nines and, you know, has really pretty hair, and it's always fixed nice, and she wears jewelry, and she works at a grocery store. And so her, you know, my granddaughter just thinks she's accessory Barbie, you know, because she's like flashy like that, right? So she had to tell her that she was doing crocheting, and she could do this and that, and she was stitching, and she started when she was 3. That's what she told her. And that lady, who is like now lost in this whole conversation with the 6-year-old, my granddaughter gets done saying what she's going to say, and then that girl goes, "Now crocheting, is that the one with 2 sticks, or is that the one with the stick?" I was like, oh God. I'm sure my granddaughter probably rolled her eyes. I was like, oh my God. Okay, keep moving. Yeah, you never know what's going to come out of a 6-year-old's mouth. It just cracked me up. And I guess my granddaughter thought that she was so well put together, she should know how to do all that stitching and crocheting and knitting, and we haven't taught her how to knit yet. But I'm sure that it'll come up at Boys and Girls Club. So, yeah. But I'm glad my granddaughter is into these things, and yeah. But she didn't want to sit for very long, but that's okay. Each to his own. My daughter didn't want to sit and stitch. I was trying to teach him how to applique, and do the buttonhole stitch when I was into appliquing everything on and putting them into little mini quilts, or, yeah, I call them mini quilts. Yeah. No, they didn't want to sit there forever anyway. And trying to teach them straight stitching. Yeah, no. They'd rather have been off and doing something else, but they appeased Mom at the time. But my daughter did like to do cross stitching. But she didn't ever sit and do it for hours upon hours. So, I think everybody has to find their own, whatever they're going to do. What appeals to them. Because, like card hanger, I don't even want to even know how to do that. Because, yeah, no. Me, scissors, and cloth. Yikes. No. So that doesn't appeal to me, but this does, see? So you just got to find what makes you happy. What brings you joy. So. And you can't shove it down somebody's throat either, You just got to go with the flow. We got one thread done. Whoops. Let's not drop them scissors. So, yeah. Fun times. But my granddaughter, she was just like flabbergasted. That lady didn't know what crocheting was. Weird. I don't know. But my granddaughter's getting a crash course in all the things at Boys and Girls Club. And I said to my daughter, so are they going to work on that next week, or is this a project that they're going to do? And she said, no, they're just throwing it out there, and if anybody catches it and really likes it, then, they can do it at home. Whatever, it's just kind of introducing them lightly to certain things. So, yeah, and I didn't get over there, and they're going to go camping today. So, I didn't get over there we were just too busy this week. We're going to try for next week. So, we'll see. Now, you notice I'm just sewing in a squared area. And then I'll go up here and I'll sew across this way. That way you don't leave lines. And I can't remember who taught me this. It seems like it was Jean Ferris was talking about that. But I might be wrong. Might be wrong. But we'll see how much of this we can get started on. Such pretty colors in the whole thing. Let me show you. Just gorgeous. Oh, did I tell you there's 47 colors in this? Yeah. Oh, and I haven't ordered that one. It's called Garden Path. Love it too. So that'll probably be this week. I'll order it. It's at Amazon. I got to order a couple other things from Amazon anyway. But look at all the blues and grays and tans. And we got some greens. And then we've got peaches. A little bit of orange and salmon-y colored ones. And of course, you got your white and your brown. There's no big, clumps of I almost said material. Got material on the braid. Of thread. There. So, we'll put that back there. And so that's just all the thread, but I think it'll be nice. We'll have to see, but it's so tiny. So I don't know what's up for today. I think I'm just going to rest my body. My hip was a little bit sore yesterday after coming out of that hole, but other than that, and that, it's been the week. So I made something in the oven, and I burnt the top of my hand trying to flip the stuff in the oven twice. Yeah. And then I ran into the door. Then yesterday, twice, not once, I grabbed a hold of a tree branch, like a tree as I was walking down. A tree was no bigger than that, but it had a little thing sticking out. So, yeah, I cut my hand here. Yeah, it's great. We're fine, though, Neosporin cures everything, right? No, I don't have Neosporin on my hands while I'm working on my thread work, but they were washed with soap and stuff, so we're good. We're good. And it was just busier than crap in town. It took me forever to get to the post office and then turn around and go to the other side. And I took the back roads as much as I could because I'm not about sitting in traffic. It wasn't real busy in the restaurant yesterday, so that was good. We got there about 12-ish, somewhere around there. But it sure was good. We just pigged out. Great. It'd take you a while to use up one strand of thread, I'm telling you. Since you only use 2, and the squares are quite small. I usually like 11 count because I can see it. But that's okay. Sometimes you gotta have 14. No big deal. We'll just work with it. But that thread just lays down really nice, though. I like it. Like I said, it came in a crappy packaging with a crappy graft, but the, what do you call it? The supplies, shall we call it? The thread and the canvas, they're beautiful. It's like, what the heck? And I probably paid maybe somewhere between $5 and $10 for this kit. I don't remember. Somebody said they made another order at Everyday Crafts and that they had 20% off. So and sometimes I catch it when if you buy, let's say 4, you get one free. So that's what happened the last time when I made this big order, was that you got, for every 4 you bought, you got 1 free. So we aced out. So I haven't been back. I'm trying to be good here. I got enough stuff going, but I do want to get to 1, 2, 3 Stitch on Wednesday and make an order. I want to get that material for the trees that I think I'm going to make the trees out of. And don't ask me, I can't remember if it's Ada. I think I got Ada because I was a little tired of counting. It was a little difficult for me, and it was Picture This Plus, probably 16 count. So, yeah. But I found some, I think it's called Whimsy. And yeah, it's from, I gotta go underneath this. Yep, I got going the wrong way. I'm going backwards and I don't stitch backwards well. I think it was called Whimsy from Picture This Plus. It's kind of a fuchsia purple. I don't know how to explain it. It's got pink and purple in it. So I thought that might be okay. And I do my trees. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I wanted to do the trees in colored colors. You know, like bright, vivid colors like this. I don't know. I still haven't made up my mind. So it will take a hot moment. And I wanted a color, and I didn't want to have to dye anything, because I'm not about the dyeing stuff. Not real, no. Yeah, see, now I come from, okay, we dyed stuff in the 60s, because 60s and 70s when I was in school. We made tie-dyed everything. But, you know, that was in a controlled atmosphere, and, yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, guys, I think that's going to be about it today. I know we had a whole bunch of stuff to show. Alright. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for stitching along with me and sticking with me today and seeing all my treasures that I got from the thrift store. I appreciate you being there. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. And that way you will know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And we will see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.